Are you concerned about escalating tensions in the Middle East?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely concerned about the tensions in the Middle East. I think that, as someone that has friends that support both sides, whether it is simply because they care or because they have family in Israel and Palestine, um, or simply because you see that it's taken a bigger amplitude now than ever before, with countries in the East being more implicated and America putting a lot of pressure as well to support Israel. You can't help but notice the rising tensions that are stemming just from that one event. And then again, you look at the conflict in the past 70 years, and you notice that there's never really been a time where we were close to a solution, so it doesn't feel like it's going to get better anytime soon. You just see a lot of terrible things happening over there, but no hint of a resolution.
Yes, and all of us should be concerned about the tensions in the Middle East because a lot of the money and everything flows through there, whether it's United Arab Emirates, Israel, what's going on with the Ukraine. It all has an impact on world governance and world power and also the economy overall.
It's one of those things where it's like I've distanced myself a little bit from the news just for my own mental health and that kind of thing. So that's a hard question to answer. Yes, I am concerned. Yes, I think it's a horrific thing that are happening over there, especially Palestine, Gaza, and everything. But for myself, I'm not as involved as maybe I should be.
Very concerned, of course. It hits home for me, I'm from Jordan, so obviously I'm very concerned. And of course I would like it to stop and peace for all,
I think that we're all concerned with global tensions around the world, Middle East included, but I don't think my concerns are isolated to just the Middle East.
Where else?
Where else? I like Europe as a whole, Asia as a whole, here as a whole. I think that there's a lot to be worried about globally.
Yes, I'm concerned. I think there's been tension there for a while, so I'm definitely feel for the people, for sure.
I'm very concerned about the escalating tensions, and certainly we're not immune to those tensions. We've seen them here in Canada between the Jewish and Muslim communities, and the potential for spread is very real.
Yes, of course.
Why? Tell me why.
Because it's awful, because it's a human tragedy and a human failing.
Okay, sir?
I feel the same way. It's an awful situation that there doesn't seem to be an easy solution for her, or any solution, even a difficult one.
Yes, I'm concerned that it may spread. We basically have a proxy war between the West and Russia, with Israel being the key Western ally as well as the Ukraine. So I am concerned. I think that the diplomats are doing their best to try to calm things down, but there's a lot of dissent in North America and Europe about what's happening to the people in Gaza, and that's a very important issue.
Actually, that's why I'm here, because over here we have our Ceasefire Now group, which is going to gather, and what we wanted particularly was to have a place where people could come to just express their sadness and outrage over the carnage without choosing sides. Of course, we all have our own opinions about what's going on, and not supporting or denigrating any sides, just to say this is wrong, this is not happening, should not be happening in this day and age. It's just a disgrace what is going on, and I really wish Canada had taken a stronger stand on the United Nations declaration.
My concern about, no, they've always been there. It's been there for 1,000 years, and they're constantly at each other's throat. I was actually in the Middle East a long time ago. They said it comes and goes like this, and it depends, I guess, on what some of the rogue countries, and I say Iran, they support a lot of that fighting, and that depends on how aggressive Iran wants to be. That might be the tipping point, but I'm not too worried yet.
Yes, very concerned. I would think most people are. The situation there is always somewhat volatile. I think obviously since the Hamas massacre of Israelis, it's become, unimaginably worse. And the ongoing war then by the Israelis on what seems like the entire population in Palestine is obviously really, really frightening. I can't even imagine where it's going to end at this point, hopefully in peace, but that's hard to imagine today. And the fear would be obviously that the war would spread further within the Middle East.
No question about it. Yeah, it's escalating into a situation that's involving more than Israel and Palestine, and I think there's risks when you consider it in conjunction with what's happening in Ukraine as well.
Absolutely. There's no truth to war anywhere, but it's really dividing our country and dividing people into all kinds of situations, and it's just quite sad.